in a limousine and you know, give her money to go shopping for new clothes and stuff. Even if he's not even there, even if he's not there, he will pay for her to like have a good time in like wherever she's at, and she doesn't even have to work. Like when she's at the strip club, all she has to do is sit there because she's just, you know, like she doesn't even have to do anything.
Oh no, I'll be honest, I've done that, and it's not very stupid at all. You gain pleasure both sexually, and also you gain pleasure from a sense of like it's your pet.
Right.
I feed my pet. I clothe my pet.
Well, I understand what you're
It's a really
saying
good
there.
feeling.
Well, I understand what you're saying there, but like coming from like me, a person who has had to do absolutely nothing in a strip club and have sex with a stripper, it just seems really ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, you see, I
banged a
don't have a
stripper.
lot of money. I don't have a lot of money, and I dated a stripper for like 3 years. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I didn't buy her
It's not.
anything.
I know,
No,
it's about the
yeah.
control. Yeah, I hear you. I hear what you're
It's
saying.
a control.
It's like
Yeah,
having a
it's
sex
not
slave,
that-
but instead like a
Exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I had a little 18-year-old that was a stripper that I did that for. She's like, I want to fly to Miami. Can you give me the money, Daddy?
That's awesome.
Yeah. You know
They're so good at being
it's like
little
feeding your
fucking
pet.
whores. Yeah, I mean that's like
You know they are.
yeah.
You know they are, but it's like you're the king sitting on the throne, and they walk up and kiss your ring finger. You know, and that's
I
what
could
it
see
is.
an English person really enjoying that, actually.
Because you're like come
Oh,
from a
yeah.
monarchy, but you know.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You extend your hand out, kiss my ring finger, and then be off with you.
Lick my
You
kitty's
get to
pussy.
experience being, yeah, you get to experience being royalty for a few hours.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Oh,
I've
it's
done
so
it, and
sad.
It's glorious.
I can understand that. I guess I can understand that.
And you know, and it's a relationship. It's an understanding. She knows that you aren't stupid in thinking that she loves you, and you know the same. You know, vice versa. So it's an understanding. But now you'll get the bad ones who will try to trick you and
Exploit
and
you,
lie
yeah.
to you and fool you. And it's boring, and it becomes insulting, and you're done with them. It only works if you've got one that you've got that understanding.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
this,
I know you don't love me.
there's this little 19-year-old
I don't
girl.
love you.
She was like new at the place that we usually go to, and I was like, damn, this chick is fine as fuck, right? And she's like, not even. She's like, she doesn't even like give a fuck. Like she's not even working. Like she's gorgeous as fuck, but she's not like doing like any couch dances or anything like that. I'm like, why are you just sitting here? She's like, oh, I'm done working for the night. I'm like, how long you been here? She's like, 2 hours. I'm like, what? Yeah. I had like 10 couch dances from like people are, I just think it's so ridiculous the amount of money that some guys like. I used to spend like $200-300 a night when I first started going there, and I had to stop doing that. But and I just looked at myself and I was like, wow, this is really stupid for me to spend all this money when a girl that I spent literally no money on, you know, came home with me for the night and fucked the shit out of me, and then left in the morning, and I never had to talk to her again. Like that was like the best ever.
Yeah, that's a different kind of pleasure. There's multiple types. You know, you've got that, and then sometimes you've got what I mentioned, that kind where you've paid for it, and it's like, you know, it's like here's $1. You know, roll over.
Yeah.
Stand up, sit. You know, that makes it
Well,
good as well.
yeah.
And then you want the kind that you don't pay for.
Yeah.
I had a rule after I left my after me and Ashby separated. I had a rule with any girl that came to my house: don't be here when I wake up.
You know.
It's my rule. I don't want to see you when I get up in the morning. Just don't be here.
My roommate from college, the
Yeah,
first roommate I ever had, absolutely hated me because I would always bring girls home. And then he'd be like, oh, who'd you bring home tonight? And I'll be like, oh, I think she's related to you.
I don't know her name.
And he got so mad.
I didn't ask.
Wow.
She said she knew you, so I don't know. Maybe you guys related? No. He was like one of them fucking Bible worshiping people. I mean, it's like, okay, there's a difference. There's the people that go to church every week and are sane, and then there's those that try to convert everybody and think that, you know, their way is the only way.
Yeah, exactly. And oh, there's a little green window here. I'm an idiot. There's a doorway. There's a green door. I'm supposed to walk in. Yeah. So I haven't. Hold on. I've got a picture. It's a little something someone wrote. It said something. Religion is like sex. Hold on. I'll read it. Let me get it. It's actually quite novel.
I had a thing on Facebook that I absolutely loved. I put it on my Facebook a while back because it apparently some religious organizations get really upset about it. That said,
just destroyed by the frog dogs.
like Jesus promised to get rid of all the wicked people, and Thor promised to get rid of all the giants. How many giants do you see walking around?
Right. Yeah, here it is. It says religion is like a penis. It's fine to have one. It's fine to be proud of it, but please don't whip it out in public and start waving it around, and please don't try to shove it down my children's throats. So, you know,
It's interesting.
I like that.
It's true though. It's true. You know, you shouldn't, go out and start, oh Jesus, oh Lord, you know, all that hooting and hollering, and it's ridiculous.
All the
Waving
good
around.
old religious stuff.
Oh, it's the worst.
Let's get into politics
It's
too while
not-
we're at it.
Oh God, we were
Let's
on
get
that
into
yesterday, weren't
British
we?
politics.
Oh,
For shizzles.
Oh God. The only
There
one
is
that
none.
knows British
That's the
politics is
difference.
Taiwanese.
politics is just, in general, is broken.
Rodward Pass is good for a game.
So much scandal in British politics. Tons of scandal. Obama is too clean. We need more scandal.
Obama is not clean.
Obama's too clean.
He's a dirty Negro.
Well, it's because you guys got used to 8 years of Bush, where he was so bad, everybody just stared at us. That's what it was. Tony
Yeah.
Blair could have been caught in bed with a dead hooker, and nobody would have cared the next
Wouldn't
day
have-
because
wouldn't have
Bush
cared.
would have did something.
Rodward Bullhammer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but if you think about Obama, you can't. I don't. What's the scandal? What he promised to bring jobs back to the US and he hasn't. You know, what's the scandal there?
No, he has, just not quite the way that people thought he would. And he did exactly what I thought he would do. You know, the people don't understand, particularly people from other countries. The president doesn't do anything.
No, he doesn't.
Allies
The
invincible.
president's not a person. The president's an office. It's a place. It's a thing.
Incomplete.
It's a position.
Yeah, it is. It's a representative, a position of representation.
Well, and it also, they have to understand the president serves the purpose he's supposed to serve. The American people require unity. They're like a mob. You do magic for them, they'll do what you tell them to. And they have to have somebody to blame and somebody to complain about, and that's what the president's role is. He is the figurehead for everybody to yell at and complain about, and it allows people to go about doing their day, and makes them feel better.
That's true.
Basically,
because
the president is the person they whinge and moan about every
Yeah,
little
that's
thing
it.
that goes wrong.
Yeah, so because like you think about Congress, you know, like or the U.S. Senate, you know, okay, I'm going to be mad at Senator number 13 for whatever today, or no, 26 this time. You know, you got to have one person, and I see
Well,
it.
yeah, but you see, that's just it. The Senate actually collectively runs the United States.
Get a cleaner, droid.
Yeah, but it's no fun to be mad at, you know.
Right, I see what you're saying. Yeah, being
You know.
mad at a senator, like you don't want to admit that a senator has enough authority to be angry with them, so you get angry at the president.
You get angry at Congress.
There you go.
Rodward Pass is a complete failure.
You know, but let me ask you though, I do side with Obama in this one. There isn't a single bloody person on this entire earth that could have come behind George Bush and righted every wrong he's done in a 4-year term. Impossible.
Can't do it in an 8-year term.
Rodward
No,
Pass
no, you can't.
It took Bill Clinton 8 years to fix 4 years of Bush Sr.
Pass is good for a game.
Oh God. No,
Well,
it took
no,
Hillary
I'm
Clinton.
sorry, that's not true.
I'm dead.
It took Clinton 8 years to fix 8 years of Reagan and 4 years of Bush.
There you have it.
By releasing all the criminals, right? You know how many criminals he released when he was in office? Do you want to know how many
It
people he
doesn't matter to me
pardoned?
How many criminals he releases?
You know why he released all them criminals? Scandal.
You know what my answer to pardoning people is?
The judicial system is broken.
Should have been in jail anyway. I like the utopian criminal system. I think it'd work better.
Today's match is sponsored by Brask's Trandashani Flatcakes, the only flatcake served with authentic fruit.
What is that, utopian?
Trees of cashew.
The utopian criminal system ideal was written about years ago. You have one punishment for every crime, death. If you execute everybody for every crime they commit, crime rate goes down amazingly fast.
Yeah, but that's immoral.
These teams are evenly matched. Let's hope somebody.
So is torturing people. We do it all the time.
That's true, but I don't agree with that either. I mean, I don't know. It's more immoral to kill people than to torture them, I think.
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, it depends on what kind of torture, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
It's never
it really
black and
depends on the
white.
crime.
You know what I mean?
It really depends on the crime as well. It's if you think about it, it's like people make mistakes. If you're going to murder someone for doing something bad, then the person who murdered that person needs to die as well because he's done bad things. People just don't know about it.
Well, I will say, I think George Carlin had a really good point when he talked about capital punishment. There are actually two. Oh, really?
I'm glad
That's funny.
I'm glad he's dead. He was just a. I don't know. He was full of dislike of everything.
I like George Carlin for one thing that he did that most people were afraid to do. George Carlin was not afraid to point out the flaws in the American political system.
Well, that is granted, but I mean, he was just a worldwide.
He's a very bitter man.
Yeah, very bitter.
But no, he had something he said about capital punishment that was really cool. If for your major capital offenses, if you would bring back public execution, I really do think that that's a good crime deterrent. Public execution's effective. Other countries do it, and it's effective.
But
they do public
effective-
executions by like stoning them. Must be like the worst death in the world, being stoned to death.
Well, that's true. I didn't say that their choice of execution method worked.
Guillotine.
Is he
No,
dead
but
yet?
if you think
No.
about it-
Throw some more rocks.
You know, if you think about it, public execution didn't really throttle as much crime as it should have. If you think about, guillotines, they were cutting off thousands of heads.
The
And
problem
people
is the
still-
Well,
time
it's just 'cause
period.
Louis was. Yeah, that was just because Louis was fucking crazy.
Off with their heads.
You know what the poverty
That's-
level
that's
was
what you
like
get
back
when
then?
you have that's what you get when you have 300 years of inbreeding running a country. That's what you wind up with.
Oh God, careful.
We need a Frenchman so we just can rip the piss out of him.
We all got a little
Frenchman
inbred in
only
us.
needs
So,
Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'm half French. You see, I know my French history pretty well, and
I'm sorry.
we're in a whole lot of out-of-family marriages in the French monarchy for a long time. Just saying.
Yeah, but there's some disgusting things in your past too.
Oh yeah, well, every country has their issues.
I think the first gay man was French. I think that's fact.
For the English, shall we bring up?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Shanks?
Edward Longshanks.
Historically, much worse than he was in film. Of course, I do love the fact though that the English like naming convention, like they're very consistent with their names. They English people for years have had the cool name.
The 18th.
Oh well, when you're elected to monarchy, Tridius, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but don't they? Doesn't your name change when you become a king or the queen?
Nope,
Same.
stays the same.
Provide you with whatever conditions you require.
It stays the same.
I guess.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
but before you become king, you'll, like for example, Prince of Wales. You mean title or actual name?
Well, yeah, that's true. That's kind of what I was getting. Like they're